Louisiana Beer Reviews, Goose Island Bourbon County Brand Stout 2023 edition. This is coming in at 14.6. Whoa, the highest I've seen it ever. I don't know if it's the same everywhere in the U.S. or it's just dependent on your region, because in the past years they've had that situation where it varied. Since 1992, this is a stout aged in bourbon barrels. I didn't get it until 2014. Somebody gave it to me 2014 and 15. Then we started getting them regularly here, and you know, they had that 1 year where it was infected. Then they gave me a refund on my not the tax part, but the $10.99, and then $9.99, and then they sent me a T-shirt. Okay, well, anyway, the original bourbon barrel aged stout they're claiming. I bought this bottle at Dorgnac's for $11.99. The local store here was supposed to get it, but the distributor lady forgot to order it. You know, the sales lady for Anheuser-Busch. Develops in the bottle up to 5 years. It says drink by 18th of September 2028. All right, so here we go. Now, if I wait a few months and it's still on the shelves over there at Dorgnac's, for instance, they'll drop it to $9.99. But I probably won't revisit it. I revisited it twice last year, the 2022 edition. They had some 2022s on the shelf still, see, and 21s, I think. But I don't know. This product, it doesn't really sell like it used to. It used to be gone in 2 hours. Now it won't be gone in 2 months. It's not going to give me much of a head of foam. It says enjoying a snifter, which I have, this big snifter. No sediment. Okay. It's warming up quickly here. It was chilly earlier, and I have this sweatshirt on, but I don't need it now. They had 2 variants at the local store here. They're $21.99. The Bananas Foster and the other one that everybody's getting. I mean, I've been reluctant to pay that much. I mean, I could buy a bottle of bourbon for $21.99, like 4 Roses, and enjoy that for years, really. At my pace, it will last years, but all right. But anyway, enough of that. This is an exciting product for many people, and I do intend to watch all the video reviews and read the written reviews from the last month at least, and it's probably all they have since it's only been on the market a few weeks. Some people get early releases, but I don't. I guess they contact the Goose Island people and say, look, I do beer reviews and so forth, and they send them an early release. I don't take the time to do it. It smells like bourbon barrel, which to me, I don't love that. I used to think I did, and then the more I drink, it's one of those things like the more I have it, the less I enjoy it. Bourbon, yeah, I like it. You know, straight bourbon and so forth. Imperial stout, love it. Mixed together, or any beer mixed with bourbon or other types of whiskey, I'm just telling you the truth. I'm not too keen on it, but I try to keep an open mind to be fair with the product. So it's got that, just gives, like when I smell it and taste it, gives me like the creeps, the willies, you know, it's something about it. All right. But these usually score in the high 90s, if not even 100. Let's go with the taste. Cheers. Whew. Yeah, there you go. It's got that chocolate, extremely dark bread crust. Yeah. Bourbon. Who's bourbon this year? It's usually hard to track down, and I think 1 year they were like using different people's bourbon barrels all together. Right? Like, weren't they saying, well, we're using Heaven Hill, Four Roses, Buffalo Trace, Wild Turkey, and somebody else. And they were using all of them, but not necessarily for each batch of the beer. It was just like they had a bunch of barrels and they were just using them. Does it make a big difference? I don't know how much of a difference that would make. Like, say you got a bunch of bourbon barrels that are all straight bourbon, and they are 80 proof to 90 proof barrels, residual. I don't know how you could blind taste test that and try the different beers and say, oh yeah, definitely. This is Jim Beam. I know. Yeah. It's hard enough to do blind taste tests with bourbons, one versus the other, and get those right at 50%. So, I don't know. People do that with hops too. They'll do like New Belgium Experimental IPA Citra, Experimental IPA Mosaic, and then they'll say, "Oh, I can tell it's Citra," and maybe they can. I'm not claiming. I know I don't. I know I'm not good at it, but if they really were good at it, they would. I think they should do a blind taste test and have, to go through it, make a tournament with all these New Belgiums, all 10 of those experimentals, and see if you could really tell them apart. I think that the results would be poor. It's not a reflection on the person. It's just a reflection on the impossibility of doing it. It's a high medium body. I'll give it that. Which I'm not giving it anything. You would expect that. I don't even know why I said that, but what I'm trying to communicate to you is that you would think at 14.6 that it would be like syrup. It would be so thick and viscous. It is not even heavy bodied. Does that make it dangerous, like you might drink it too fast? I don't know. I don't know why you would ever want to drink this too fast. You're paying all this money so you can gulp it down and be done with it. You want to sip on it, savor it, enjoy it. It's wonderful. It's the highest ABV ever, I think. Although, like I said, it could have been higher in the past. I didn't try it until 2014. Had no access to. We never had access to Goose Island until after the buyout. So people will ask me, do you think it's gotten worse since the buyout? And I can't comment on that. We never got them. The distribution did not exist down here. And then after the buyout, we started seeing it. Honker's Ale was wonderful. It's gone now. People don't want amber beers. The IPA, I love it. It's an English style. Somebody said they changed it. I'm not sure about that, but I would believe it, but I really like that beer. The Matilda and those farmhouse ones, they're really expensive and super gourmet, but I wasn't totally keen on them. I don't know, there's just something about them, they weren't that great to me. The Beer Hug series I like, and I'm not much for hazy beers, but hazy ales, but that Tropical Beer Hug, man, that thing is to me, it's dynamite. And I can get it at Walmart. Yeah, 12-pack, 9% alcohol. IPA for, I don't know, $18.99 or less. Might be less. Yeah, because the Lagunitas IPA is always $16.88. 12-pack. I guess Goose Island's big into weeded. Some companies like Weller, they're into weeded bourbons, Larceny weeded bourbons. Is it because wheat is cheaper? Well, I don't know the prices for commodities. Is it because it softens the mouthfeel? Probably that. And Goose Island does a lot of weeded beers. I know they have wheat in this. It says it on the bottle. Contains wheat, so that would be a good indication. It probably softens it, keep it from being too oily. I'm saying a wintertime beer, and now it's going to be up like 80 today here in December, so I'm hot already in this thing. It would be better if it was like 46 degrees right now, because with our humidity level, 46 is just unbearable. If there's any kind of breeze, it's double that. When I went to England last month, I went to England twice, on the way out and on the way back. Stopped twice, but on the way back is when I got to walk around and everything. It was 32 degrees, freezing. Ice everywhere. But it didn't really feel that cold. Not like here. I mean, I was wearing a windbreaker and, 2 t-shirts underneath, undershirt and t-shirt. And I walked a mile from the hotel to the Hounslow West train station. And was I cold? I was cold, but not, it really didn't seem the same as here. And I think England's pretty humid. When I was walking around downtown, Bond Street, St. James Park, by all these government, royal buildings, by Buckingham Palace, you got to go see that, which is huge, incredible. But yeah, I was cold. I mean, I wanted to go to the Thames River and look at the river and take photos. I was like, I'm getting to the hotel, man. But it wasn't. If it had been here, and it had been 10 degrees warmer at 42, with that. Anyway, enough of the weather report. This beer is awesome. But honestly, it pretty much tastes the same every year. I've been saying that for years because it tastes the same every year. I'm not discouraging you from buying it every year, but to say, oh, well, compared to this vintage and that vintage, it's so different and they ruined it and this year and I hope it's better next year and all of this, I'm not seeing that. I'm just not. I'm telling you, I'm not. I tried the Fuller's Vintage Ale and I had like 6 vintages I tried in succession, not in one video, but yeah, they were marginally different. Not appreciably different, no. And these are never different. Oh yeah, I can really tell that 14.6 compared to that 14.3 last year. Oh, it's such a big difference. I can't believe it. I'm amazed. No, it's nothing like that. It's like the same old thing. Now you might say, yeah, but the same old thing is a 98 out of 100. It's outstanding. Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna go with 98. 100, I don't know about the 100. It's just that twang on it. Gotta watch it though, because that's personal preference thing. Some people would love, they just love that bourbon twang. And I got these bourbons lined up, and I've been having an envie for bourbon. I'm gonna tell you right now, I got to do this rye whiskey series first. But I've been looking at that Jim Beam. This is an old bottle. It's about 30 years old, 28 years old. Jim Beam, 8-year age, the old one. What a deal we got. But I've been every day I'm looking at that bottle. I'm like, I want to drink it now. I just want to jump ahead, but I don't. So you can't say I don't like bourbon. I have that. Like I've been wanting it. And I never get tired of stouts. It could be July and super hot. I want to drink a stout. But just together, like I said earlier in the video, it's just Still in all, giving it a 98. 9.8 out of 10. It's not most excellent, it's above that. Most excellent to me is 93 to 97, which most beers don't even, mini beers don't get to that level. Can you get to most excellent with a lot of common beers? Yeah, because a lot of major mass production beer companies make wonderful products, in my view. But to get to 98, 99, 100, yeah, it's not too common. Yeah, it's not too common. Not too common, but it happened today. So I don't know what it's going for in your area, but like I said, $11.99 here, definitely. And if you got enough patience, you could score that $9.99, which I did last year twice. It was $12.99. I bought it. I paid it. Then I bought a variant. Well, I wasn't thrilled, but I bought the $12.99. A few months later, as it lingered, and they said, they dropped it to $9.99. And I bought 2 more bottles. And then it eventually, by May or June this year, it's sold out. They're still trying to get rid of that Coca-Cola version. You know what I'm talking about, that cola version? I looked at that bottle. I said, oh, man. Goose Island Bourbon County, that's supposed to taste like Coca-Cola or Pepsi. I don't think so for $20.99. I really wouldn't want to drink it for free. So, hey, they'll never order that. I don't even know if they make it anymore. They'll never order that again. Get stuck with that thing. All right, so sorry for the long video, but it's the kind of product that you can't really rush through it and just say, oh yeah, it's this, that, no, score, bye. Yeah, so check me out next year and I might buy it again. We'll have to see. I mean, the availability here of various products is so overwhelming. Can't speak for your area, but in Louisiana, around New Orleans, Port City, it's like you could literally do 5 video reviews a day and you would make a dent in what's available, but you couldn't really cover what's available. So that's my problem. It's not not finding new things. It's too many new things. It's crazy. The biggest problem there, though, is that you worry about the old beers. You know, man, you get some of these 5%ers. They'll set on the shelf. I saw one yesterday. 2 years. It was canned over 2 years ago. A Pilsner 5%. I was like, this is a joke. But it's a reality. All right, so thank you for watching the whole video if you did. And now I'll pivot back to the New Belgium IPAs that I bought, that variety pack, which, man, I'm really hoping those next 2 will be nice, because I was just terribly disappointed with that Cashmere, Cash Time. Oh, that thing was, it was all right. I mean, it was good, but I was like mentally disturbed by that beer. All right, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.